All right, I'm not even going to share this. I'm just going to record this so I can get this done. I just came to deliver y'all some Libra season readings. I didn't want to edit and chop up the video, so I just thought I would go ahead and come live and do it all at once. You can watch the video all at once. Hello, Tafla Dawn. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to talk a little bit about this retrograde and what to expect from Mercury retrograde. And some tips on how to get through it, okay? Now, even though Mercury has just gone into retrograde effective the 27th, almost every planet is in retrograde right now, except Venus, Mars, the Sun, and the Moon, okay? Pluto is in retrograde. Neptune is in retrograde. Saturn and Jupiter are in retrograde. Uranus is in retrograde. There's a lot of energy that's moving backwards. It's causing for a lot of karmic revelations, a lot of review, reflection, changing, shifting of habits and patterns. There's old people, places, and situations coming up so that you can face yourself. Now, when we get into Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra, it really is all about relationships, you know, especially one-on-one relationships, whether they be romantic or platonic or even certain business partnerships. If it's a close one-on-one relationship, this retrograde energy is definitely going to affect it, because what happens is Libra is ruled by Venus, okay? The Libra sign is the scales because it forces us to see the good and bad within ourselves and within the world. And so we want to be fair. We want to be balanced. We don't want to be so judgmental that we're cutting ourselves off from people. But at the same time, we don't want to be so lenient that people think they can get away with any and everything. And so there's a lot of review and reflection that's going to need to happen as it relates to your communication patterns in your relationships. Reflections that you see, whether they are positive and negative, or negative in certain relationships. And also just the way that you go about displaying and projecting your energy within your relationships and how you receive energy in relationships. So you may find that you're a little bit more sensitive than normal. That's why you need to be careful. Your word is definitely your wand as well as it is your sword, okay? So you got to make sure that you use it wisely where it needs to be used. Don't just be out here cutting people and throwing daggers just to do it and then looking and being mad when daggers are coming back your way. Well, you started some shit. What you thought was going to happen? You know? Of course, the normal Mercury retrograde stuff, technological difficulties, not signing any profound long-term contracts, not getting into any long-term relationships if you're not in one currently. Yeah, they're the normal stuff. But when it comes to the sign of Libra, this Mercury retrograde is going to be affecting relationships the most, okay? Especially one-on-one. So I just want to remind y'all of that. I'm going to do a quick 3-card spread for this retrograde for y'all. The questions: what truth are you hiding at the tip of your tongue? How can you become more open to communicating your truth? And how can you be a better listener and be led by your intellect over your emotion in your conversations, okay? So I'm going to just pull some cards for that really quickly, and then we'll get into these Libra season readings. Okay. All right, so what truth are you hiding at the tip of your tongue? Well, you need to walk away from some things emotionally. You have held on to and been attached to some things for too long, and you know that you need to walk away from these things and change these things and shed these things, but you have not been ready. And it's at the tip of your tongue. You want to talk about it, you want to tell people, you want to say it, but for some reason you're just afraid to take the action. That's the truth. You're ready to walk away. You're ready to let some shit go. You're ready for an emotional rebirth, okay? Because you understand that it's only going to push you forward in the process of your own consciousness. It's only going to push you forward in the process of your own healing. It's only going to push you forward in creating space to attract more of the energy that you want to attract, instead of being so worried about the negative experiences that you've had or how drained you are, how you can't trust anyone. not because you really can't trust nobody, but because at this point you don't trust your own discernment. I mean, it just reach all like that, but I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying this is what's coming up. How can you be more open to communicating your truth? Listen, say it with your chest. Be honest, be impulsive. Say it with your chest, say what you gotta say. You know, you wanna be cautionary. You don't know what people are going through. You don't just wanna say whatever the hell comes to your mind. But if you really feel strongly about something, and it's something especially that you want to take action on and move forward on, say that shit with truth, with dedication, with passion, okay? Be open to communicating your truth by embracing your passion, by embracing your need for change, by embracing your action. Okay, that's what Knight of Wands energy is all about. And then to have a card come up like caution right after that. The Knight of Wands don't have no fucking caution. So that's telling me you can be more truthful and open to communicating your truth by throwing some of that caution to the wind. You don't want to ruffle no feathers. You don't want to offend nobody. And so then you keeping everything in and you blowing up at the wrong time when it's affecting things that it doesn't need to affect, when it could have just been a in-house or a sidebar situation. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what Spirit is giving me with these messages together. Lastly, how can you be a better listener and be led by intellect over emotion in your conversations? Understand and believe me when I tell you that you are the Empress, okay? You don't have to be the Queen of Swords all the time. You don't have to be the Queen of Pentacles all the time. And y'all may be like, Shawnee, what the hell are you talking about? These are tarot cards. You interpret this shit for us. I know I do. But just think about context clues, okay? The Queen of Swords is someone who very much always has her guard up, okay? She did not come to play. She's like, listen, I know what I'm doing. I know what my vision is, and I'm not finna come in and let you fuck it up. And on top of that, I don't have time for your emotional bullshit, okay? We all have emotions, okay? We all have a connection to water that is inexplicable to most humans. So those emotions are going to run rampant and free. And sometimes you just have to allow that to happen. The Queen of Swords, she don't have time for that shit. The Queen of Pentacles, she's about the bag. If it ain't about the money, if it ain't about the building, if it ain't about my family and the foundation, I don't want to hear that shit. I got to keep all this shit together and stabilize this shit and keep my empire straight. I don't have time to listen to this bullshit, okay? But the Empress, she sits pretty and lets people plant seeds into her because she knows that anything she comes in contact with, whether she goes above and beyond or not, whether she gets emotional or not, whether she's passionate about it or not, anything that someone decides to put into her as a seed of knowledge, a seed of growth, a seed of foundation, she's gonna flip that shit, grow that shit, and expand that shit off rip because that is what she represents. Okay, she is not coming here to play, and she don't have to do nothing sometimes. Sometimes her literally sitting back and being pretty is her doing everything that she needs to do. And some of y'all need to learn that lesson. Sometimes just being without needing to achieve is what you need to do. For Spirit to speak to you in the way that you need to be spoken to, for you to hear what you need to hear, for you to learn what you need to learn, for you to grow from what you need to grow from. Sometimes you just need to be. Y'all always trying to do and grow and heal and argue and do this and do that and be distracted and over here and over there, and you're not being the Empress. Y'all see Sade on this card? Miss Smooth Operator. Okay, you gotta be smooth. I feel like I just started preaching to y'all, but y'all hear me, y'all hear what I'm saying, okay? And that's gonna turn your frustration upside down, okay? So if you stop trying to be in control of everything and just relax, that's gonna get you out of some of that frustration. The question is, how can you be a better listener and be led by your intellect over your emotions in conversation? Stop letting your experience lead you and calling it intellect. It's not. Stop ignoring your intuition and calling it intellect. It's not. Okay? Sometimes those feelings, sometimes that intuition, sometimes that thing that you can't explain is what you just need to sit and be with. so that you're not constantly triggered and waiting on the next opportunity to speak versus listening to somebody. Big purr. I don't even have nothing else to say. The last cards in here, I just decided to pull out two more oracles. We have this I don't know her card come out of the deck. This is coming up in the reverse position. This is giving very much, be careful who you associate with. And if you say you close with somebody and you're there for them and you really fuck with them how you say you fuck with them, then fuck with them like that. Don't be on no bullshit and be so self-absorbed that you can't return the same energy that people are giving you. And when I say return the same energy, I'm not talking about that petty shit. I'm talking about positive energy. If you have friends who love you, who call and say, hey, I'm just calling to check on you, make sure you're all right, do you need anything? If you have friends who are calling you or texting you and saying, girl, you know, I'm having a bad day, can you talk for a moment? You know, if you have friends who are coming to you basically with a pure and cleansed heart and they want nothing from you but to be there for you or to commune with you, you need to cherish that and stop acting like you don't have nobody, you don't know nobody, and you don't fuck with people like that. And I do that too. I have a lot of people that really fuck with me, and I fuck with people, but I don't really fuck with people like that, like the long way. Like, I have a small circle, and it's like that for a reason, because I really don't let people in like that. But if you have people who you've already let in, let them in and let them be there for you. Stop acting like they don't know you, because you're getting in the way of your own magic. You're getting in the way of your own alchemy. You're getting in the way of the expansion of your own experience. And who the hell wants to deal with that? Nobody, baby. Okay, period. Now, that was deep for just a damn 3-card spread. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these Libra readings. These Libra season readings. I'm going to do them by element, you guys. So I'm going to start with air signs first, obviously, because it is Libra season. Okay, and might as well, because why not, right? It is Libra season. Let's see. What is it giving? What is Libra sign? What is Libra season bringing for air signs? Spirit, what is Libra season bringing for air signs? What do they need to know? What do they need to pick up on? What's going on, honey? What's happening? Lean with it. Rock with it. I don't know where that just came from. Don't mind me. I'm just random. I'm an only child, okay? I've been like this my whole life. I don't know. I can't explain it. All right, so. Okay. Air signs. Libra season is definitely bringing financial opportunity. It's bringing knowledge in terms of your trade or your skills or whatever it is that you do in terms of work. It's bringing knowledge and growth within that area so that you can build a stable foundation to expand and grow from financially. And so that's always a beautiful thing. You are detaching from a lot of situations, emotionally speaking, and you may feel a little bit isolated over Libra season because you're not really in the mood to socialize with any and everybody and just be out and about like you normally are. You're being more introspective, and you're focusing more on your goals and focusing more on practicality and stabilizing things, because maybe you was wilding out a little bit, okay? It's bringing a lot of opportunity career-wise, and I feel like this has not only to do with your career, but what your passion, what you actually like to do, and that's a good thing. But I do feel as though there's going to be a disruption because of your lack of confidence, and because you have a lack of confidence or you're overly perfectionist, you're going to be standing in your own way and not taking the necessary action that you need to take to maybe meet certain deadlines or be as successful as you could have been. So that is something to look out for. That's for air signs. Let's go ahead and move into water signs. You guys, I know I'm doing this quick. I don't know why it's just coming out fast. So just keep up, okay? Keep up. Hello. Hey, y'all. Okay, let's see. What is Libra season bringing for water signs? What is it bringing for water signs? What is it bringing for water signs? Okay, water signs. So you guys seem like you're happy. You're taking on a lot of burden. Well, you were taking on a lot of burdens, and now you're like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm letting it go. I don't need to carry that weight anymore, and I need to focus on my back. I really got to get out of my feelings and get my mind, body, and spirit on one accord so that I can move forward effectively this month and take the action that I need to take so I can get back into my magic and stop weakening myself because I'm being overly analytical, or I'm getting so caught up in my head or so comfortable that I'm deciding to settle. So those revelations are going to be coming up for water signs, and I feel like this month, or not this month, but this Libra season is also going to bring abundance, financially speaking, to water signs. You guys have this Ten of Wands energy come out here with magic. It's like, okay, the Ten of Wands is a heavy burden. It's like, okay, damn, I just keep going through test after test after test, and I feel like there's so much weight on my shoulders. There's so much that I have to do, but I always learn and grow and alchemize through the situation. On top of that, I don't have to necessarily carry that weight anymore because I'm moving into a position where I feel free, I feel abundant, I feel accomplished, okay? So I don't have to keep reliving these same emotional patterns and habits over and over and over. I can actually come into my growth, come into the unity and the trinity between my mind, body, and spirit that allows me to use my watery nature and my earthly nature to my advantage instead of constantly going to one extreme or the other with either side of those things. Okay, and then with the Knight of Wands energy, it's like I'm ready to take the action and I'm ready to walk away, death, from the things that I need to walk away from in order to get there. You know, because I'm hindering myself in my own strength and I'm letting my comfortability stagnate me. Not cancers. Water signs definitely. I said what I meant to say. I said what I meant to say because Spirit's like, nope, say what you was going to say. So Cancers specifically, even though this was for water signs in general, Cancers specifically are very much like they're ruled by fourth house energy. So they want comfort, they want domesticity, they want this kind of at-home, safe type of energy. And Spirit is telling water signs in general, get out of that in Libra season. It's not going to be for you, okay? It's not going to be for you. So that is what water signs is given. Now, let's do fire, and then we'll end this with earth. Let's see what it's given. What is it given for fire signs? Libra season, fire signs. Okay, so fire signs, I feel like this Libra season is definitely bringing you some peace. It's giving you some time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've been working hard over Virgo season, and now you're getting to a point where it's like, okay, I can see my hard work, I can see my stability and security. I don't feel the need to overly work or explain or boast. Like I'm ready to just kind of sit in it, you know, and walk into these new beginnings, because I'm going through a space where I'm doing a lot of emotional healing and revamping. I'm doing a lot of inner child work. I'm realizing a lot of different things about myself, and as a function of that, I have not necessarily been as egotistical as I normally am, and that's contributing to my success. And as long as I continue to focus in on that energy, then I will be in a place where my creativity and my magic can thrive. So I feel like Libra season is definitely bringing a spark of inspiration to fire signs. It's bringing a cleansing, a new slate, an opportunity for you to explore new things, and just this energy of peace, tranquility, and healing, which that's a beautiful vibe. It's a beautiful vibe right there, my loves. That's for fire signs. Now, We're going to go ahead and do earth signs, and then I'm going to end this. If you were unable to catch this whole live, don't worry about it. I am going to post this on IGTV, so make sure y'all like the video, comment on the video. If you're not subscribed to the Moonchild Tribe, you need to subscribe to the Moonchild Tribe. Y'all will get me live frequently every week in the Moonchild Tribe, and you get access to my new and full moon retreats. There's some journaling that we do together if you're on the Glow Goddess tier, and you get a monthly one-on-one session with me when you're in the Glow Goddess tier. So there's a lot of benefits to that. Check it out on my website. Y'all know all the links are in my bio. Okay, earth signs. Seems like Libra season is definitely going to have you questioning your balance, okay? Because you have to find this balance between keeping the peace and maintaining your strength. You have to be okay when things don't necessarily go excuse me, the way that you expected them to go. And you're going to have to relinquish control a little bit. You're going to be reminiscing on some things because a lot of new emotional revelations and ideas are coming up for you. So that's going to allow you to be, or not allow you, but put you into a position where you're reminiscing on some things of the past. And you're going to be letting your guard down and not as icy, not as cold, not as airy and detached as you normally are. As earth signs, we definitely can't get that way. But I would say also it's looking like okay, so it's looking like money, but I feel like it more so than financial abundance, what it is clarity within your relationships, because it's giving a lot of like, oh, I thought we started over, but then I'm reminiscing on how things were, and you know, things were nice, and then okay, things were nice and things are nice, and we have grown, you know, and now the guard's coming down, and but we still have all this responsibility. We're still trying to build. We still need this strong financial foundation, and I don't know if I can fully put my sword in my back pocket yet and keep on going. But you definitely can, earth signs. You definitely can. And you have been sacrificing and surrendering a lot. There's been a lot of stillness. That's something you're not used to. Libra season is going to pick that up. It's going to be a lot more busy. And you're going to feel more stabilized. Instead of being in the hangman position, you'll be standing more so in that tree pose position, which I think is right up your alley. So yeah, that is for earth signs. I'm going to go ahead and pull a collective starseed message for everybody for Libra season, and then I'm going to get out of here. Let's see. Right, we got the Breath of the Cosmos card come out. This is one of my favorite cards. It's just a reminder to let go of control, as I mentioned earlier. It says, when we rely on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little, you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, You relinquish control and relinquish the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will. You find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. There's a starseed activation, and it says, I'm willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, help me move from my will to thy will. Please show me, please lead the way. All right. Hey, Ducky. So that is it, you guys. Like I said, if you did not catch this whole live, please go back and watch the video on IGTV. I will definitely be posting this. And I'll be coming back live a little bit more often, but y'all need to join the Moonchild Tribe, okay? And if you don't want to join the Moonchild Tribe, you definitely can head on over to 11moons11.com. Get you a fall equinox box, okay? Get you some lovely products for fall equinox. Get you a Rude Awakening retrograde reading. Get you a new moon reading because, honey, we just had our full moon and the new moon is going to be here quicker than we can say hello, okay? Time has been flying by. That's about it. And I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope y'all have a great Libra season and a good rest of your afternoon.